Christmas season to me and said, Father, this is the best and my most favorite time of the year. Christmas season feels that way, doesn't it? That it is the favorite time of the year. Maybe it is to do with the cuteness of the babe to be born. When we were children, I'm sure all children feel the same. When we have visitors coming home, there is one set of visitors that are extremely boring, and there is the other set of visitors that keep us interested. So if there are children coming home, then we are excited about it. There's some of these elders who come, who can be terribly boring. They speak about things that don't interest children at all. And so there's no excitement about their coming. But if it's children, there's lots of excitement. Somewhere I believe that even in Christmas, that is the whole excitement. We don't speak of the season of Lent in these terms. Generally, we don't say it's my most favorite time of the year. For some we do, but for most, Christmas becomes the time of the year. You have all the decorations put up, the excitement, and the excitement of even what we are celebrating, the little babe being born in a manger. That itself is so fascinating. It's so exciting. But we remind ourselves, especially keeping in mind how Advent has started with a gospel passage. The gospel passage that actually speaks about the coming of the Son of Man. That there will be signs in the sun, and the Son of Man will come in the midst of the roaring of the sea. And then there's a warning, be on your guard that you're not weighed down with dissipation and sleep, that you're awake. Do not fall into the trap. So all these warning signs, it doesn't seem to match with the season. The season seems a cute season. It seems a season of great joy and celebration. Then why is a gospel passage like this? Because in Christmas, we are not just celebrating what happened before. We are also celebrating and preparing for what lies ahead, what is coming. Because that is the reality of our faith. He will come again. That is why we are praying and preparing for. True, we celebrate what has happened when the Father sent His beloved Son into the world. But we are also preparing for what lies ahead. He will come, and will He find me awake? He will come, and will He find me prepared? So for us during this season, as we enter into the Advent season, we've got to ask ourselves, what preparations am I making? How well prepared am I going to be if the Son of Man were to come today again? He will come in all His glory, but He will come as judge as well. He will judge if my life is worthy of this discipleship that has been gifted and given unto me. So am I prepared for that? So even as we enter into the season of Lent, yesterday they came and they beautifully decorated the whole mission house here, and it's something that I love. I love the decoration part. The decoration part is an effort. They did it. 3 or 4 of them stood around and they did the whole thing. I didn't do anything at all, but they went and did everything. There's an effort put into it. We've got to ask ourselves, what effort are we putting into our preparation as well, apart from what is there on the outside? My father used to decorate the house for Christmas from the time I can remember. And during the season of Advent, at the start of the season of Advent, the decorations would all come up. He would make wonderful cribs, and he couldn't do it all in one day. So there would be a build up to it. Each day he would add something more. Either with the crib or with the decoration. He worked 2 jobs At one point, I know he worked 2 jobs. And so he had a job in the during the day, and sometimes he'd come home just for a few moments, and then he'd go for his second job as well. My mother worked as well. And so there wasn't that much of time to spend to be able to decorate things in one go. Yesterday, they did this all in one go. And for my family, it was always things were done in portions. Each day, something was done so that the house would get decorated. The whole house would be beautifully decorated for Christmas. But that is how preparation is. Preparation is not done in one day. And that is why we don't do preparation on the 24th. Rather, we prepare ourselves right through the weeks, building up to Christmas. We are in preparation. Each day we are doing something to prepare ourselves for the coming of the Son of God. Not just about what happened in the past, but we are preparing ourselves. So every day becomes important during the season of Advent. We are not 25 days away from Christmas, but we are in preparation for Christmas. So we are not just counting down the days. Rather, we are building ourselves up during these days. It's not about just getting to the 25th. It is about becoming prepared enough when the Lord comes, when the time is right for him, but he comes and then he finds us prepared. So it's not just about counting down the dates. I know during the season of Christmas, we all count down the dates. We are looking forward to that 25th. As we grow closer towards that week, there is a build-up of an excitement. And that is always a part of Christmas. But for us, we need to see beyond that as well. We need to understand that there is a preparation that is taking place within us. A preparation that the Lord expects. That is the gift that we give Jesus. That he will come and find our hearts well prepared. There can be no greater gift than that. That he will come and find our hearts well prepared. We begin this season of Advent, a time of preparation as we are entering into Christmas, into this season of Christmas. Let us ask for the Lord's grace and mercy upon us and upon our families, that we will have the right spirit of Christmas, to be focused on who we need to be focused, and ask the Lord's blessings within our heart and within our families. Let's close our eyes, bring ourselves into the presence of Jesus. Offer our families here, that our families will celebrate Christmas in a manner worthy of what it means. And to celebrate this sacrifice in a manner worthy of the Lord. That he will come and find our hearts well prepared. There can be no greater gift than that. That he will come and find our hearts well prepared. Recently we had a meeting of all our team members, and we did it in the city. And we were coming back, and we were very late after the meeting. So two of our volunteers were there, a couple were there in the car, and the 3 kids are alone at home. So we were telling them they must have had a ball of a time, that the later the parents are, that is how we were, the later the parents are coming home, the more happier we are. We want them to be out so that we can do what we want. And so we were telling them as well. So the kids must be very happy that they get all that extra bit of time as they are not there. And we don't know what they must have actually done during that time, how excited they might have been during that time. Irrespective of what we were saying and how we were pulling their legs, I'm sure the parents seated in that car were hoping in their hearts that when we go home, we will find our children all good, obedient, and having done everything that they are supposed to do. If they were supposed to have done their homework, they would have done all their homework. Everything is ready. I'm sure all the parents over here have that same hope when you go back home, that your children would have done everything perfectly well. And then you go home and then you realize your children were basically watching TV. They were on their phones and they haven't finished anything and they were not prepared at all. And the feeling that sinks into your heart and you feel, why didn't they do what they were supposed to do? How would the Lord feel when he comes and he finds all these external preparations, but in the heart he finds no preparation at all? And that is why it becomes a reminder to us. Every time we are lighting these candles and we are giving these little signs, the church is giving us these little signs and indications of the build up towards Christmas. It is actually the church is asking us, prepare yourself, because he will come and he should find us worthy of him and the discipleship that he has given us. So during this season of Advent, as we begin, ask ourselves, what am I going to do to prepare myself? What am I going to do to prepare myself? I remember we actually did 25 days or 25 straws for Christmas. That was either last Christmas or the Christmas before that we did that series of 25 days online as well. And I got that idea from a story that I read in a book called Chicken Soup for the Soul. And it was Chicken Soup for the Christian Soul. And that's a series of books. And it's all true life stories. Most are true life stories inside that. And I read this story about a mother who wanted her family to have a more meaningful Christmas. And so she told the children that they will have the manger for Jesus built on the straws that they put on the manger based on what good they do during the season of Advent. So the deal was this: each time you do good for something in the someone in the house, you will take one straw, just a straw of hay, just one single one, and you will go and put it quietly in the manger. And you will keep doing that, each one who does it, so that the 25 days, by the time it is time for Christmas and baby Jesus is placed in that manger, that straw or that manger should have such a thick cushion of straw in it for Jesus to sleep. So each one in the house, as the days go by, they're doing good for any little good act. It could be a prayer, it could be a good act, but they're doing it and they will go and place that one straw. Maybe it's something we need to think about. What am I going to do during this season of Advent? In your room, place maybe a little manger, a little bowl over there, and put that bowl over there and start placing in maybe one blade of grass per day, according to what good you do or what act you do. It could be an extra rosary that you say. Then take one blade of grass and put it into that bowl. It could be a charitable act that you do. It could be something extra that you do. Take one blade of grass for each act that you do and put it into a bowl. I plan on doing that to see at the end of 25 days, how much of an effort have I made? Just to challenge myself and see how much of an effort have I made to be prepared. What am I going to do? Maybe we should try that. Take a bowl and put it on your desk, put it in your room, and then right through the day, try and see how many blades of grass or how many straw of hay that you can actually put into that bowl. And on the 25th, have a look and see what is there in that bowl, to see how prepared I was for the coming of the Son of God. Let's make this season of Advent more meaningful. Go beyond the exteriors of the beauty that we see around us to find the Lord coming and searching and finding the beauty within us. Let's close our eyes for a moment. Lord Jesus, as we enter into this season, we thank you for having come amongst us. We celebrate the beauty, the blessedness, even the cuteness of Christmas. A little babe in the manger. But oh Jesus, there is the seriousness of preparation. You will come again. You will come and knock at my door. And when I open that door, and I'll be surprised seeing you, Lord. But let it not be that I wasn't prepared. Let me be confident that when my Lord comes again, He will find me awake. He will find me prepared. Jesus, during these 25 days, give me the grace to push myself to create a very soft and blessed manger for you. I've got 25 days to work on this. Let me not procrastinate by thinking I will start tomorrow. Today, I begin creating my manger today. And let me make it as soft as it can. That will make you as proud as you can. Proud that your child has prepared himself, herself.